Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and welcome to a beautiful, brand new role-playing map that is running on Xbox Series X, as you're seeing it right now, and so is this console-friendly Toyota Tacoma that I've opted to use in this first video on Jensen Trails. Now, if y'all would like to see more of this map in a proper series, let me know in the comment section down below, because it's been a while since we've done a proper playthrough series on console of a role-playing map, especially, once again, on a console. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up and get into the map and see what's going on out here. Also, by the way, it's been a long time since I've used this truck, and I love the C4 Fab bumpers that they have on it. So let's go ahead and fire it up and get into the action. It's not a super loud truck, but you still know once it fires up. So one other thing that I want to let y'all know and be super clear about is that this map is available on every console minus Switch, but both previous gen and current gen consoles it is available on. So let's go ahead and accept our first task here and get out to where we need to go. So let's see, what do we got going on here? Old Carl Dean, if y'all watched my introduction to this map, you may have seen me do this contract before, or rather this task, but if you haven't watched that video, what we'll do is we'll do it a little bit faster in this particular playthrough, just to kind of kick things off for us. So we got to get out to Carl's house, and then from there, we can make our way into our next few jobs. Now, one of the things I love about this map is how realistic of an approach it takes to the idea of a role-playing map. So you have your town, you have your main sort of loop trail, and then intermixed, within the loop trail are several other trails that are marked off-road use only. Now, I am running my mods pretty much at capacity on my Xbox Series X right now, so I've got a bunch of other vehicles that we can use. We're just only going to be using the Taco in this video, but if you want to see the other vehicles that I have, make sure you keep watching in the future episodes of this series. And also, make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications turned on. So let's go inside the truck for a bit, because this thing has a gorgeous interior view and also has a trail cam right there, which is amazingly helpful. So we do have a watchtower up here on the right, so let's go ahead and make a quick right-hand turn. We'll head on up here and unlock this watchtower. Whoa! Had a little bit more speed coming into that than I thought we did. All right, let's put it in low. Let's get the lockers on, and let's crawl up this rock. Let's see how this looks in third-person view. God, it looks so sick. It really does. We don't have the RCLT suspension on this thing, which is an option. That's more of a crawler-focused suspension. But since this map wasn't necessarily, for the most part, it wasn't super gnarly in terms of crawling, I decided to go with the sport suspension. So let's reveal this particular area, which we've already done, and I'm going to go ahead and show you all the flyover shot of the camera as well. A little bit of a swamp, nothing too deep, nothing too crazy, but we'll see how this thing handles it when we get down there. Now, fortunately, since I have done this particular mission before, I do know the way to Carl's house, and what we'll do once we get to Carl's house is we will pick up another task once we get out there. I'm also trying to drive fairly realistically and also trying to kind of preserve the condition of the truck, because I would rather not, completely bang it up just yet. Alright, now that we're back down off the rocks, we can kick it back into automatic mode. And it is pretty quick when you're in automatic mode. You just gotta tap the clutch once or twice. But this 5-speed will definitely get up and get out of its own way. And if you put it in high, it cruises pretty nicely. Let's go ahead and put it back in automatic mode, I think. I actually want to know, will it stay in high through this mud? I would be inclined to believe probably not before it starts spinning, but let's find out. It's like right on the edge of starting to sink. It's not quite fully there, but it's right on the edge of starting to sink. It actually feels really realistic, too. Like, the way it gets through that mud feels a little bit better than a vanilla vehicle, but not necessarily so over the top that you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's like able to go through anything at will. Did that damage the front end? Okay, I was like, I really hope that didn't damage the front end, because I was about to be really, really upset if it did. All right, so we're gonna stay left on this trail, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually stay left again. We're gonna put it in low plus and turn the lockers on. Uh-oh. We're gonna need to back that off a little bit. Apparently, Apparently low plus was too much, and it made us start spinning, and it actually caused us to sink. So this mud is a little bit gnarly. It's a little bit nasty, and it's definitely one that I would not advise messing with in anything other than low. This is where this vehicle's focus on realism will definitely start to show itself, and that's not a bad thing, but you do have to remember that when you're attacking deeper mud in this truck, it's gonna get, like, even with the bigger tires, there's gonna be times where this truck's gonna be like, hey, what are you doing? That's enough. Although, if you enter some of these sections with momentum, you'll be okay. We banged up the bumper a little bit. Not too much, but we did get, like, a point of damage on the engine. Again, that's not anything too crazy. We got to remember to turn off the lockers so that we don't overheat the diffs. Or rather, the axles. Ooh, easy. Using the rock slider there for exactly what it's made for. Hey, you know, if you weren't going to slide rocks along your rock sliders, then why did you get rock sliders in the first place? That's exactly what rock sliders are for. All right, let's see. I think we might be able to run automatic through this. Might be able to. Oh, it's moving pretty good. Uh-oh. Really? You consider that underwater? Are you serious? I don't know where I'm winching to. Oh, I'm winching to that? God, it only wants to go to the, like, weakest winch points it possibly can. Again, that's not a truck issue. That's just a SnowRunner issue, because SnowRunner loves to, like, make you winch to weaker winch points. Don't really know why. All right, up and over it goes. You know what I do love about this map, though, and I think a lot of people in the SnowRunner RP community are also going to love about this map, is that it really does a great job of focusing on how you would off-road a truck like this, like a lifted Tacoma, in real life, right? And how you would off-road a lot of other vehicles like this one in real life as well, because look at the trail in front of us right now. I have been on off-road trails in the real world that look almost exactly like this one. Granted, they were, you know, maybe in a little bit of a different position, like geographically. Maybe they were going up a mountain rather than up like a small hill, but like it all depends on where you like to go wheeling at. And honestly, I'm glad that realistic trails like this, and also like, you know, you've got like these rock slabs that you can kind of, you know, you can get a little bit of flex out of the vehicle, but, ooh, ow. But for the most part, you can kind of cruise through a trail like this as long as you have four-wheel drive, decent-sized tires, and maybe, you know, you don't need lockers, but you can use them if you want, and if you don't have them, you can take slightly different lines. I think the realistic RP community in SnowRunner is going to be all over this map, and I think especially on console, I think console players are going to use this map as a map to just like hang out, chill with friends, go off-roading, unwind. I think it's going to be perfect for that. All right, let's see if we can get up this next obstacle without using the lockers. Not bad. Just using wheel speed. Oh, we're not up it yet. We might need to bump it on that rear axle. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, when you don't have lockers, you have to kind of strategically bump the obstacles sometimes. That way, you can use momentum to your advantage. Whereas when you have lockers, you can just slowly crawl up just about whatever you'd like. Just weaving through these rocks here. Trying to get my... There you go. That was actually a really realistic line. That was totally a line I would have taken in real life. I really like the tuning of the damping, by the way, on the sport suspension for the Taco, because the sport suspension, I think, is just flexible enough for mild to moderate trails, but it's not quite, you know, it's not quite the long travel IFS that you can option for this truck. It's not quite to that level, but what I like about it is that it gives you a nice in-between. Like, it's super simple to drive, like, on the road. It's not like, it doesn't lean like crazy to one side or the other, but it also, you know, it's still got a good amount of off-road capability. Not bad. We were able to run high all the way through that. Like, I'm very impressed with that. All right, so this is where it gets not quite gnarly, but just a little bit more challenging. Let's see what this little Taco can do up this really realistic rock slab. I'm going to say low plus, give ourselves a little bit more torque with the lockers. Oh, dude, it walked right up that. Like, it's not even an issue. Definitely putting that trail cam to use as far as being able to look at what's in front of me, for sure. Ooh, easy. Ow! That was a hard hit. I heard and felt that. That was a hard hit. Maybe we need to be a little bit more careful of rock ledges like that. Still just very nice and chill, though. Very nice, chill cruise. Not really, like, it's one of those maps where, unlike, you know, somewhere like TNB Trails, you don't really have to worry about falling off a cliff. Because on TNB Trails, most of the trails on that map, like, once you start getting up into the mountains, you can literally fall off a cliff and end your entire journey really freaking fast. Oh, I love this spot. This was actually the same spot where I took a photo of the power wagon, and it came out so nice. And it looks beautiful with these custom rock textures on the Series X. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good, dude. Just bogging it through. Let's see if we can take an alternate line. Up this rock slab. We're going to high center. Oh, we high centered a little bit. Big three-wheel action. Can we drive out of it? I don't think so. Okay, let's back it back down. Ooh, easy. All right, let's put it in low plus. And there we go. And that's the beauty of a truck like this, is that you can, you know, if you want to try an alternate line or two, you totally can. And if you don't want to try an alternate line, you don't have to. You know, you don't have to try an alternate line if that's not what you want to do. Here you go. Up and over. All right, cool. Let's put it back into automatic mode and just kind of cruise our way on down to where this cabin is. We'll go in the proper way, since last time I came to this neighborhood, we did not go in the proper way. We went in that back way right there. Okay, is this... Hold on. Oh, you can go in this way. I thought you could. Okay, this way is kind of like... It's not cheating, per se. It's just kind of a cheeky way to get into this town. Or not really town, but just a little mini neighborhood. Just throw your lockers on, climb up these rocks, because this is technically, if you look at the map, this waterfall is also considered a trail. At least the map considers it a trail. So if the map considers it a trail, I see no problem in me also considering it a trail. All right, here we go. Yeah, off-road use only, but, I mean, I'm an off-roader, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, and there's Carl's cabin, and boom. All right. Let's see. Now you've talked to Carl. Yeah, you're dang right I've talked to Carl. All right, let's get backed up and see what Carl has for us next. Helping old Carl. All right, what does old Carl need help with? Let's see. Oh, we need to get, okay, so we need to get 8 loads of bricks. Oh, geez, that's a good bit. So what we've got to do now is we've got to go ahead and start this up. And in order to get 8 loads of bricks, what we're actually going to do is we're going to go back to the garage and we're going to buy our next truck. Y'all are going to be familiar with what our next truck's going to be. I mean, we got some work to do. So we're going to grab Ironhide. Now, this thing recently dropped on consoles, and I am so happy that we have it here. I am so incredibly happy that we have this truck on consoles now. We're going to set this thing up as our heavy towing and hauling rig, and I think what we'll probably end up throwing on this thing is a 43-inch grapple dually setup. Looks so sick. We'll do, there we go. Range and power offline, and let's see. What setup do we want to run? I think we can run... I mean, oh, dude, the utility body looks so good. I always forget that that's an option for this thing. I think what we'll do is we'll probably run the pickup bed, and what do we want to do? We'll throw the horns up there, because I think those look sick. Tailgate will leave, and I think we'll do the off-road front bumper with the winch and a little bit of extra weight on it. And, oh, you can do the Autobots logo on the grill, too. That's so good. All right. Now, what do we want to do? I think we'll do the Bull Hauler Stacks low smoke and heavy-duty rear bumper. Do we want to do it? We might as well. And let's see, a classic wheel with modern updates. Yes, exactly. All right, now, as far as color options go, You can really go whatever route you would like with this thing. I think what we might do is we might do a nice blue. I think the blue looks really, really good. And before we finish up the build, we got to make sure to put beans on the dash. And then now we got to get down to the trailer store so this thing can get to work grabbing all of those bricks for the rebuild. But that is going to do it for this episode, y'all. And if you all enjoyed this episode of Jensen Trails on Xbox, let me know your thoughts and opinions or any questions you may have in the comment section down below. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.